Hey guys, just figured I'd put together this quick little tutorial and kind of walk you through some of the issues on the project file itself. So um, just to start off, you've got a lot of errors happening here, which is not going to work out. So we're going to basically start with that, and we're going to get rid of those as we go. So let's just go through this real quick. First of all, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually just create your elevations over here so that we can visually have an idea of what's going on. So I'm going to start with elevation A. So first of all, I just wanted to let you guys know that you've got you've got a 4-foot wall and you've got a 1 foot 2 wall here. So you're going to see that division, so which is fine if you're okay with that design, but to me as a designer it would drive me nuts. So I'm going to go in and I'm just going to make that equal. If that's how you intended it to be, go ahead and leave it, but just to kind of show you what that's going to look like. Now if we did well, I'll get into that in a minute. One other error that I'm seeing here is that the track needs sufficient size to run onto. So see how that's running over the edge of the panel? That is not okay. It will not install with it like that, which means this wall actually has to move over slightly. So I'm just going to select it and I'm going to hit my move button and I'm going to go 1.5 for inches and shift that over. Okay, so that took away that error there that I was looking at. If it's possible, actually, no. So you've got a little bit over 5 foot here. Personally, if that were me, I would probably prefer to just have one piece of glass. So I don't know. I guess again, if you're okay with that, go for it. But we can add. Let's see. There we go. A minute. Okay, so see, by putting that 2-inch thin segment in here, now I can actually have just one sheet of glass because it's less than the 5 feet. The other thing that maybe you want to do, just because you have an angle over here, just to give you a little bit of flexibility instead of doing that, if you go in and, oh, noticed another issue. Okay, so right now, you don't have an intersection happening right now. Right now, you can see that the middle centerpiece is not touching your fixed wall. So you've actually got to make sure, and apparently you're not perpendicular either. So I'm going to pull that over, and you can see that now it's going to give me that gasket detail at the wall. Now if I go in and I actually put, let's try Keener. If I put another bullet on that end, you can see now you're going to have flexibility on both sides of that wall, and you're at 4/10 and 1/8 for that wall. So it's going to clip into the ceiling. I mean, you're not going to have a ton of structural capability there. Let's do this real quick. So, and that's another option there. So that is going to anchor in, but you've got a solid square connection. So just kind of depending on the look that you want, I'll put it back to the bullet. Okay, back to these errors. So the next error is that we don't have a barn door compatible extrusion on there. So you can see over here, the reason is that you can't just hang a door track over a solid piece of glass like that. There's nowhere for the track to hang. So that's what that error has to do with. So if you're gonna have a clerestory, you have a couple of options. You can either make this door so that it goes full floor to ceiling and hangs off of that top track, or we can actually go in and create a side light with a clerestory on it. So I'm going to assume that you want to keep the clerestory, but again, we can go back and we can change that out. So I'm going to take the clerestory wall here and I'm just going to do a quick edit on it. I'm going to put it at 7 foot. And I'm going to name that GW1. And then what I'm going to do, this is just kind of a quick working here, is I'm going to go down and I'm going to right click on that and I'm going to put select all instances. So it's going to grab all of those wall styles, and now I can right click and go to properties and go into my GW1 and change all of those. So I still have an error message. The reason for that is, as you can see, now I have an extrusion here, but my extrusion is not at the same height as my door. So I need to go back into my door module over here. We're at 9 foot. I need to grab that top extrusion and I'm going to set that to 7 foot as well. Do a save, call that GBD1, save it in there, and do the same thing. So now it's going to grab both of my doors. Small chance that, just so you know, this is going to give me another error because there's a thing with stacked walls where it's a problem. Alright, so go to this one. Looks like I've still got an inconsistency in height there. It says it's the wrong height by 53/64. So I am going to go to my 3D and hopefully I'll be able to tell which is higher. I think yeah. Alright, so my barn door needs to go up by 53/64, I think. Apparently I was wrong. Alright, so I'm going to move that back down. These take a little playing with, it's just because of the brackets, they don't mount. You have to make sure that they mount exactly, so I'm just going to move that one. And then I'm going to go into my glass wall. So it looks like it needs to go up another 11/64. Alright. Cool. Red errors went away. Okay. Alright, so what I should have done before was that needs to be a barn door UFO that we're hanging off of. So I need to go in and I need to change that from a UFO extrusion to a barn door UFO. So I'm going to change that real quick. And I have a slim track, so I'm going to change that as well. Alright, so everything that I just told you to do, I'm going to go undo. Ta-da! Okay, no errors. So again, it takes some playing just to see where the issues are. Now the one other thing that I did catch is that you've got this small little segment here, and I don't think that you want that. Maybe you do, but what I noticed is you've drawn this line incorrectly. You've got two yellow eye lines. That means that you've drawn them individually, and you see when I went to do my elevations, it actually gave me an elevation of that small little piece and an elevation of that piece as well. So if I just delete that small little piece, you want this to be one continuous eye line. So now you've got that specified as one solid frame. Okay? Now you'll also notice that that element there carries all the way around. So if you don't want that element, you can obviously go back in and change that to a full height glass wall and have that removed. But it's much cleaner all the way around. Okay, save this and I will shoot you over this video. Thanks.